you're watching this video means you're procrastinating?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is what do I call it? Spend my lecture with me part 2, and I'm going to be covering study tips and hack and my point of view, I guess. Yeah, let's go.
Oh my gosh, this is so annoying because my teacher is speaking and apparently his house is having some renovation. I don't even want to hear, it's like the hammering. Oh no.
Anyway, I'm gonna film part 2 now since I'm done with my part. In the previous video, if you've forgotten, I talked about like my education stuff, and like I've been through like a lot of roller coasters. This comparison or study tips are like from my point of view, and it was helpful for me. So it may vary from people to people, and also like since my O-levels is like 2 years ago, I think the syllables might have changed and might be different even. Let's start. Firstly, I'm gonna introduce what I did during my N-levels and O-level. I practically did memorize everything. You know, 死背, right? If you know what is it, 死背. I really did memorize everything. And after I memorize everything, I do like the 10-year series. Is it still 10-year series? I think so. But I did 10-year series over again and again until like I familiarized myself with the questions. Yeah.
My hand needs to stop doing this, seriously.
I think I should put my timetable here. Like, like I set my days in like alternate weeks to cover the certain subjects. For example, like Monday for science, so I will like split biochem. So like if you see the month, it will be like biochem. It's Tuesday for math, it's Thursday for math, then for Tuesday it will be E-math. Oh, it's full E-math day, because I think I didn't want to split my A-math. I mean, what am I saying? I mean, I want to split my A-math because A-math is like, you can think lah, like E-math and A-math, the paper itself is hours. So if like I do the paper on its own, it's already probably like paper 1, is it 2 hours? Then paper 2 is like 2 hours and a half. So overall it's like around 4 hours for doing papers already. Then imagine covering the questions that you don't know, and it might be like 1 to 2 hours. So I practically put the whole day for E-math, A-math on the Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday for humanities. So for Wednesdays, I will set social studies job. So it will be social study job, social study job, social study job. And Fridays for language. So on Fridays, it will be just English, Chinese, English, Chinese. For Singapore context, since I went to Sec 5, I can somewhat conclude the difference between N-level and O-level.
So, should I just put him away? Let's go anyway. Okay.
I'm not gonna compare languages because, as you know, my language is not the best. I'm just gonna say like science, humans, and math. O-level has additional topics, right? For example, geography. I know in N-levels we had tourism, weather and climate, and tectonic hazards. So in Sec 5 we had an additional one, which is food resources. Did memorize. That's for me lah, I did memorize. So also O-level questions are more challenging in a way that they require your analytical skills. And N-level, O-level is more analytical, N-level is more direct. So if they ask like something to do with tourists, I can't remember the questions. I think I should find some examples to compare. Maybe I'll put it somewhere. For the answers, when we answer in O-level, it should be not should be, but most of the time they are lengthier compared to N-levels. N-levels maybe write like a certain, like maybe 4 lines and then you get like 3 marks, and then O-levels you maybe write 4 lines and you get like a 2 mark. Also depends on the amount of points you write inside the answers itself. In my opinion, if you're like scoring an A in N-levels, I think you won't struggle as much, because in O-level you will be revising the topic and having like additional subjects. My advice here is, if you're going to Sec 5, don't fear Sec 5. Like even in Sec 4, right, like for what's that called? N-level. Express people. Express juniors who is doing O-level soon. Don't stress and don't feel, like just keep practicing and keep doing. Don't lose your hope, because if you lose your hope, you completely don't have any like motivation to do. So just keep doing. 10倍. I'm gonna put the word big here. Next, I'm gonna talk about study tips. So like, I remember in Sec 4, I was really the kind of mager, chonger. Is that even a word? But like, I will do non-stop. Like, if my teacher is watching this, I think they will know I always stay back after school and ask like any teacher that they know, right? They know how to answer my question, or I know how to ask them, I will ask. Okay, so in Sec 5, I lose a lot of motivation and momentum in studying, because you know, like the break between like after your N-levels and starting a new semester is really like, in a sense, like you get to really relax, because you think that, oh, you're gonna leave the school and all that. So don't be like Venice. Like if you're at home or wherever you are, like I think now it's HBL, or I think O-level is HBL. Yes, O-level is HBL. So if you're very lazy, right, seriously, just go and study now. Go. But you're watching this video means you're procrastinating. Go and study, and whether like you want to start with your favorite subject or whichever is easier for you, just go and study. Start building your momentum. I'm in no place to say this actually, because when I lose motivation, I'm very lazy. So actually recording this video made me remind myself. Yes, I'm advising you, so when I watch this video, I can advise myself I need to study. And once you build your momentum, then you can figure out like what other study ways that suit you. For example, like visually, what else? You listen, you see, I have friends that even like take the notes and read out loud, like walking everywhere, and then study with your preferred method after you build the momentum. So for me is I think it's reading out loud, and what you call this, I capture the words better than I capture pictures. So like for example, in my notes, I literally write notes, like it's all words. Like I really draw, it's just when I want to draw, then I will draw lah, because it's really very plain. It looks like an essay to me. So yeah, do whatever you want. I mean, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there giving this kind of study advice, I would say. The next tip I have is study with a group of friends. This is really very important, because when you study with each other, you can help each other, you can ask each other questions, and the worst case is you can't answer, but then most of the time, like me and my friends, I am good in math, then I help them with math. Then if they're good in like job or social studies, then they will help me. So we will exchange ideas, keep asking questions until you get the answer that you want. If you cannot ask your friends, then ask your teachers. Your teachers, thinking back, right? I asked my teachers so much until I think like I don't know if they are annoyed with me, but hope they are not. If they're watching this video, can tell me whether you're annoyed with me or whatever. I don't know. I feel so stressed if I get like, oh, I'm annoyed with you. Oh. I will explain this part now. So like for example, when your teacher explain whatever you ask, what is this? Then your teacher say this is blah blah blah. Then if like you don't know certain part, right, you just like ask why again. Ask why until you understand. Like at least understand like 70 to 80%. Then you can go home and process. And then once you process, you will have a clearer idea of what is it. Then you can ask other questions. Yeah, that's how I worked out what I don't know. And then okay, this tip is not very good, but if you are very last minute mugger, I would suggest you bet on the topics. My teachers watching this be like, oh my gosh. Anyway, if you bet on topics, right, like for job, the 4 topics I said just now, at least you got 25%. Yeah, you got about 25%. So for me, in Sec 5, I had these 4 topics, and I gave up on food resources. So I really focused on this 75% of these 3 topics. For food resources, I would not really go and in-depthly understand, but I will date memorize, so I maybe can get like the 2-3% out of the 25%. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You know, like how my geography teacher is like super into us, like he actually hopes that we do well, but me sharing this kind of tips, oh my god, my life is a joke. Okay, we're on to the last one. So very important exam tip is finish your paper. Like, I'm not joking, you know, finish your paper. Oh my gosh, because like I took Chinese 4 times, as I say, so I can tell you oh my god, sorry 老师, but the first 3 times I took, I never completed my paper because I always had not enough time, and plus to me, writing Chinese is not writing, I'm like drawing. So oh my god, I feel so embarrassed saying this, but yeah, I had to draw during Chinese paper, so I always didn't have the time to finish. But then when I started doing Chinese tuition in Sec 5, I realized my speed of writing Chinese is really very fast, like faster than usual lah. So I managed to finish my 4th Chinese paper, and thank god, like there was quite a drastic improvement. There's like 3 grades, C6 to B3. I'm so thankful actually. I finished my paper for the first time in my life. Finish your paper, very important. Unless you confirm you can get like A or something, or else you better finish your paper. And finishing paper is not only Chinese, you know, SS also, or social studies. Like, I don't know if the syllabus are the same, but there's this source base and what is it called, SRQ. Like for source base, very important, right, is like finish your evaluative, because evaluative is like 10 marks if I'm not wrong. I don't know if the syllabus or the whatever changed, but yeah, 10 marks is a lot. 10 marks out of 50, right? That's like 20%. You get that? It's quite highly what am I saying? High percentage. And for the SRQ is the back, right? That one I just memorized lah. Literally the first, when they say start, I will flip open to the back, read that and write. And I think it's in PL format, so just write. Seriously, don't leave it to the back. Like if you really did memorize, first second you must start writing. Just vomit everything out, seriously. Yes. Thank you to my SS teacher that, not one I have a lot of SS teacher, but thank you my teachers. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed saying this, but I have to do this. Thank you all my teachers that helped me on the way through secondary school. I'm very thankful. Like, I'm very embarrassed to make this video, but thank you. If not for y'all pushing us, I also don't know how am I gonna get like how many A? How many subjects I have? I don't know, but I have a lot of A too, so I'm very fortunate. Great teachers make great students. Anyway, yeah, and I guess this is the end of like study hacks, study tips by me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share to your friends, and subscribe to my channel. If you're already subscribed, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. I got to drink some water first. Comment down below what are your favorite study tips. I mean, this is very realistic, right? I guess 10倍 my favorite, but just let me know, like maybe put a timestamp telling me which one you would like to use or you've used before if you're my senior. And yeah, and see you in the next video. Bye.